Hello everyone, this is a video for STAT 2810, sections 109 and 106 respectively. Um, I'm going to talk a little bit about one of the problems that people sent me, and I've posted an Excel document that might help with that a little bit too. So let's look at that first. This is some data. We actually looked at this in class, but I only showed you this part, and we built this part together. But here's the whole story, so you can look at this and kind of see the patterns in it. So here's like the original data, right? We can see that adding 20 does not change your measures of spread, right? Maybe that's the best way to think about it, right? Adding numbers changes location, but not spread. And we could also say these are well, these two are measures of center, right? So when I was thinking of this in terms of changing measures of center, another way to think about it is it changes the location of the data, because it also shifts the minimum and the maximum, right? We can think about this as the histogram marching back and forth on our number line. And when we scale data, it's not quite like that, right? We scale everything. So that's useful. That's a useful piece of information. And then when you have this shift and scale question, we'll kind of read it backwards, or read it inside out, maybe is a way to say it. First, everything got scaled, right? So everything up here got scaled. Then the location was shifted, but that part didn't affect the spread. So let's see how this relates to a problem, which I don't seem to have open anymore, darn it. Okay, hold on. This was a question from homework 5, or chapter 5, homework number 2. And it was number 2. Yeah, okay, here's one. Yeah. Was this the one? No. All right, guys. I seem to have lost my example. Well, oh, maybe it was from... Oh, yeah, this is the one. Yeah, so we see here, so companies has a median weight and an IQR, right? And we just need to go through, right? So company plans to include sales flyers, so they're adding 5 ounces, right? That's what that means. So right off the bat, we know our median, so our locations are going to change, and our spreads are not for that first one, right? And so here, it's just a matter of adding 5. So add 5 to that, I believe we get 48. And since we're just shifting back and forth, that doesn't change. Now the second part, we're converting to pounds, right? So we're going to divide by 16. I'm picking up a calculator to do this, but now these shifts and stretch, I actually recommend a calculator for these. The other option, what did I want to do? 48 over 16? 3. That's another way to do it. So many, many ways to do these. Okay, so I got a 3 for that. And now my IQR does scale. So I take my old IQR, 24 ounces, divide by 16. Oh, wait. Yeah. Get a 1.5 there. Sorry, I was reading the wrong number off of my calculator for a sec. All right, so let's check our work, right? We've this is that part where you ask yourself the questions, right? Did I read the problem correctly? Did I understand what they mean? Do I understand what I'm conveying to Pearson, independent of whether Pearson is going to interpret my answer correctly? Well, I know that I'm shifting by 5, and I'm adding 5 because we're including a sales flyer. So let's just check all the math. 43 plus 5, looking good. I think the IQR doesn't change because we're just shifting the location. I could even go back here to my spreadsheet and be like, okay, when I shift, okay, yeah, the location changed and the spread didn't. Especially, I can even look explicitly and see that the IQR doesn't change on this comparison sheet. Okay, so that helps me be even more confident about this answer. Okay, new median will be 3 pounds. I just want to double check. 48 over 16, definitely 3. 24 over 16, definitely 1.5. All right, so I'm feeling good about this. Let's see what we get. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that feel good? All right, guys. I'm trying to make very short videos this time, so that's just a little introduction to shifting and stretching. I'm going to come back at you in a few minutes with some normal curve stuff. So hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Hope you take a look at this, and be well. Study for that darn test, you know?